Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the DraftSeal. This is their part number DS444HA is what it is. This is what we would call an offset saddle threshold or a half saddle threshold. The half saddle thresholds like this, they are used to transition between two uneven floor surfaces generally. Either it be some sort of a strange poor condition in a condo parking garage or residential construction from a common corridor to the home. Same scenario where you've got a stone sill and then you've got flooring on the inside. Maybe it's the same application in the outside of the gas station where they'll always have flooring on the inside as well, obviously. So this is very typical in those types of regards, in that type of application where you're going to use it to transition. So, you've got an uneven floor surface, you need a threshold. This will allow you to, in a very code-compliant way, be able to accommodate that, that requirement. The DS444HA, it is 4-inch wide, okay, is 1/2 inch tall. What makes it code-compliant is its overall height is compliant with the maximum requirement, and the rise over run does not exceed that formula so that it's too steep. Okay, it's a very common. I'm going to guess that that's 1 inch. Let's test that because that formula is 2 to 1. Sure enough. Okay, in fact, it's a little heavy on that. So there you go. For every 1/2 inch up, you go 1 inch over. So that would be compliant. 1/2 inch maximum height, be no problem. You can't have more than a 1/4 inch blunt edge that you would encounter in a handicap compliant. If it's more than that, then it has to be that proper rise over run. Okay. This is a like a 12-inch sample piece is all it is from the factory. We thank them for sending it. We've got a client who's considering ordering a mess of these and wanted to see it first, so here is a sample. It's light. Pardon me. It is not light. It's the opposite of that. It's heavy. I meant to say it's not light. This weighs 0.07 pound per inch, and it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's actually, I can tell that it's a heavier piece of aluminum. It's partially because of how generous and how thick that extrusion is up here. Okay, it is a thick extrusion. It is definitely thicker than other people's half saddle thresholds, and my caliper tells me that that extrusion thickness is 0.212 inch. 0.212, so 7/32 of an inch, right in that range. Okay. Fluted top, you like that a lot because that does help prevent slipping. I have definitely, as have other people, walked over smooth top thresholds in a humid environment. That foot moves a little bit. I would always recommend a smooth top application. A fluted top application like this. I would only recommend a smooth top when perhaps keeping it as sterile as possible is the primary factor when it comes to the threshold type. So in that application, probably think it'd be a good idea. Let's switch now to the screen view. We talked about where you would use it. Let's switch to the screen view now. Let's take a look at some supporting information. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. Here is the item that we are looking at here. An image there, a cross-section really. Larger, showing you the dimensional properties. Let me show you the actual photographs that we have of this item. That's the profile, the leading edge. You can see how thick that aluminum is. The back side. Top view of it. This is just what's called a mill aluminum finish. Mill means it's what the aluminum looks like when it's been extruded and shipped to you, just an extruded sort of condition from the mill, the aluminum mill. The underside of it. Countersink, that would be appropriate. It will include fasteners. There's generally one more hole countersunk per foot. So a 3-foot should have 4 holes. A 6-foot should have 7 holes. Generally, it's not an absolute rule, but it's a rule of thumb, I suppose. All right, now extended description information. They give you the width, the height, countersunk holes, screws, and plugs. I don't think their plastic anchors are included. I don't believe so. It is barrier-free and handicap compliant if used as indicated. I think what they're saying there is if you prop this up with an elevator somewhere, then sure, it's not going to be handicap compliant at that point. Extruded aluminum is the finish. Now, we have some information here as well. Let's look at the cut sheet first. This will be the same information we're already looking at. Nothing really new to add to this. It does give you an idea of how that transitions in a flooring condition. There's also a link to the product catalog. This will be handier in the sense that it will show you the part number for the other sizes that you could get your hands on. But when it comes to really wide thresholds, DraftSeal is a leader, and I'll show you that in a moment. 444, 555, 666, 777, you get the point of how that all runs. Okay. Now, there is a, here, if you were to search the site for just DraftSeal DS444HA, it will show you the lengths that we have them listed. 3, 4, 7, 9, and 12 foot is how they're listed. There is a link below this video here to the manufacturer's page where you can review not only all of the DraftSeal products that we sell by means of this horizontal navigation, but also a link to the manufacturer's website as well as 2 catalogs, the commercial catalog and the residential catalog. Let's look at the commercial catalog first. Do a search for DS444 and we'll get to that page where that material is at. We do have the HA, so we'll refine our search for HA. Okay, so right here, it's immediately, the point of this is it takes you to the section where you'll find its sister products. Same idea, just a 1/4-inch rise. Here would be your DS quadruple 4A, and so on. So a lot of good thresholds that you'll see in the commercial catalog. I would certainly recommend that you take a look at their catalog. With DraftSeal being a company that's in Canada, the lead times will be extended because we have to treat them as stock orders. When the material is ordered, it needs to come into us first, otherwise it will be a costly endeavor to ship because it would be an international shipment. So we place an order with them about once every 2 weeks or so. I had mentioned really wide thresholds. Here's a 10-inch wide double thermal break. And I'm scrolling through this sideways, hoping to see more of that material. Let's put it back the way it was. These thresholds are so wide that they don't fit on a single page. 14-inch. Okay, you'd have to hold those pages together. So really wide applications. Why show this to you? 9, 10, 11, all the way to 14-inch. Let's say you needed a half saddle that was, 12 and 5/16. Well, you could order the 13-inch, and you can rip it on a table saw. Make your own. That's the point of showing that. Okay. Now, the residential catalog. If you're looking for this threshold, this may not be of interest to you, but to point it out to you, thresholds when it comes to pre-hung or residential applications are very much here. They have quite unique solutions, and I would recommend certainly that you review that if you ever get into needing to do residential work and you're looking for an unusual threshold. Check DraftSeal. Definitely plan ahead because there's a lead time on this material, and there's sometimes quite several and many obstacles that we need to overcome to get the material, meaning a lot of it's only available in 12-foot lengths. So if you needed one 3-foot piece, it'll be a costly endeavor. We'll have to pay them to cut it in half. You're buying 4 times the amount. However, if you happen to need, 3 pieces, then it's not so awful. So there you go. A lot of good information here from DraftSeal. Let's see here now. Let's wrap up this video on camera. The name DraftSeal is synonymous with a company that has that fairly comprehensive offering of equipment, especially in the threshold realm and when it comes to unusual sizes. Always think of aluminum as something that you can cut and modify, because sometimes that's what it takes to truly solve a problem or an application that you have that there is no off-the-shelf sort of product for. Okay, good quality people there. They're responsive, they're polite, they're helpful. They do genuinely want to assist you in getting your product, and I thank them for that. If you have any questions on the DraftSeal, this is their part number DS444HA, half saddle threshold, or any other DraftSeal product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.